Hello and welcome everyone, XDA Dante63 here, also known as Gemini Man, also known as Dante. First of all, I hope everyone is doing great. Um, yeah, this video is just, I want to share with you guys what's been going on, and because I've been cut off, I'm continuously providing support for anyone who asks questions or message me, always around. It's just that I haven't been publishing videos or publishing updates for the apps. This is because I'm very busy at work and life. I barely have time to do anything, which is kind of a bit of frustrating and annoying because I want to give you new things and always provide you with the latest things. So, in the coming few weeks, I'll be slightly free because I have finished a lot of projects at work, and as I've been saying, I've been busy at work because we're now short staffed. So I have been just working on those projects, and yeah, so now I'm going to be a bit free. So in my to-do list, I tend to write this, so I always remind myself what I need to do. So I should patch the SHM mod 126.0.0.2 for the watch and phone 125.0.0.3, and I hope I wrote that right. And then I need to make changelog videos, which I really apologize. I haven't made a changelog video for the previous release, so I'm gonna make two video releases, one for the previous release and one for the new one after I patch it. And then I'm going to release a major update for the Warehouse Manager, try to address if there are any crash reports or anything, I'm gonna address those. And then I'm going to create not a merge split, or let's just say I thought about it, why not create an APKS? Basically, it's a zip renamed into APKS. I'm not really 100% sure about the APKS. I've been reading about it, but I could create my own APKS, I guess. So because this has been raised, like one of the users messaged me and said, how do I share this? And I said, just zip it and then share it, and then they can install it as install split APK, and they selected all. This kind of felt like it's hectic or difficult for people to understand. So maybe I will not even call it as or like split or anything. Maybe I'll just keep it as a zip file, and people can say just install this application.split.zip, whatever. I create my own, and it's just a split. And the Gemini Man Warehouse Manager will understand that this is a split APK and will install it accordingly. So you don't have to share 4 APKs. You just share one APK. So you share only one file, and this file is going to be installable by Gemini Man Warehouse Manager easily. So that's one process. And then I want to make sure that when you guys create a backup using Gemini Man Warehouse Manager, I want to show you a dialog and say, like, would you like to export it or you want to keep it in the data? Because if you uninstall the application, you literally lose your backups. So unless you export it. And then improve the network discovery. The network discovery is not 100% successful. As some devices it would work, some devices it wouldn't. So I'm thinking I should change my approach. But it just proved that my way or my approach of automating things is somewhat successful. So what I'm thinking about the network discovery is, now that I can obtain the IP of the watch, I can just discover the ports easily. So basically, if you say get watch IP, like right over here, right over here, yeah. So nevertheless, so you will find a button, get network information for the watch. If you click on it, it just sets the IP address. And I'm thinking, why do that? Why not um, you guys provide me the IP and I just put the port as optional. You don't have to type in the port. But if you want to type it, you can type it in, but the port will be optional because I will do network discovery. I will scan and find the port and connect directly to the watch. If you want to pair, you provide me with the pairing code. That's pretty much it. And so I was thinking I should utilize as much as I can from the applications instead of make them like somewhat not fully utilized or taken advantage of. And then I discovered a bug in the RAID dialog. When the font size of the screen is too big, then the buttons are not visible, so I have to fix it. And this is what I said in here, take advantage of the watch IP. And yeah, so I have big plans for the Wear OS Manager, which hopefully it would be great for you guys. And then I am going to apply the same changes for the companion for the network discovery and everything. After that, I'm going to create a full guide for using Gemini Man Wear OS Manager. Let me just update this because it's not so clear. I will not even understand it. And then I have several projects I have not started. For example, noise meter that would actually on your watch. It would run on a scheduled timer, like check every 1 hour, like if the noise level in your environment or work area or whatever that is too loud, it would tell you like, hey, it's too loud, you should be cautious so you don't damage your ear. This was requested, but I have just put it on a side and I haven't done it, and I'm going to work on this. I want to also create a file manager for the watch, which to transfer files. I'm not sure about the possibility if I can literally just make this file manager also able and capable of installing APKs. Well, that would be great, you know, that it will help a lot because you'll no longer need to do ADB Connect to install applications. But we'll see, everything at a time. I also want to create a clipboard, which you would write whatever you want, send it to your watch, and the watch will just have a clipboard history. And from this clipboard, you can use it for pasting and sending messages of whatever you want, because the watch has only one clipboard history, or it has only one entry. But suppose you have so many things you want it to be there, so you just have an application, you open the application, you tap on copy to watch clipboard, and then you can paste it. This was also requested because I think someone had some code must be entered on the watch, and it's difficult to enter, especially if the code alphanumeric case insensitive. No, it's actually case sensitive, which is kind of worse. Imagine you're typing 20 characters with numbers and all of that, and it's case sensitive. It's kind of hard with the keyboard on the watch. But if you type it on your phone, or maybe copy it on the phone and send it to your watch, and then from the watch you just copy and then you can paste it. Now, skin temperature, I wanted to make a skin temperature app, although there is a good application, Thermocheck 365, which I find to be reasonable. And a lot of you would think, well, it's not accurate. Let me just tell you, this is a skin temperature. This is a surface temperature. You know, like the sensor on the watch is the same as the thermal gun. So if you remember during the COVID days, they would point the gun at your forehead. So you can take the watch and literally just point it at someone's forehead, and it will give you the same reading supposedly as the thermal gun. That's the sensor. That's the technology used in the watch. So when you're actually measuring your wrist temperature, it's not going to be a core temperature. And this is what I have realized when I'm looking and reading a lot about it. And it's basically why Samsung changed a lot of things. Because, for example, initially it was called body temperature. Samsung just changed it from body temperature to skin temperature. Now you will find, if you search on the Play Store, you'll find, I think, 2 other applications, which I'm not gonna talk much about, but neither are using Health SDK. This I can say one, I can assure you that it doesn't, because when I applied for Health SDK, I provided some app on the Play Store, like say, dear Samsung support or Samsung developer support, I would like to request some Health SDK so I can create my own temperature app, and yada yada yada. And they said the Health SDK is not ready yet for the temperature. And I say like, oh, how is that possible? I mean, there's an application already on the Play Store. And they said that application is not using Health SDK. So I didn't really talk much about it. So my objective is I want to also create a skin temperature application that is something similar, maybe simpler, and it will be free. I don't charge for any application. All of these applications, actually, all of these projects, I'm not going to charge for them. I always gonna give you full features and no ads. If you are happy and you wish to support me and my projects and my hobby, that would be really appreciated. You'll always have a support tab for that. Right, so I want to also create a battery monitor, because when you look at your own battery monitor, it feels like a lot is missing. A lot of things is not there. So I want to try to create something proper. And then we have a simple SIM card manager. This is a phone application because I find it really hectic to go into settings, SIM manager, and then find my SIM and I want to turn it on and off. So if you have dual SIM cards, maybe just an application, and then you'll have a button, turn on, turn off, and that's pretty much it, if I could do it. Then I want to create a convenient universal app or camera app controller, because currently all of the app controllers are kind of either locked behind paywall, so many ads, or the camera quality is just not utilized correctly, so it feels like you're taking pixeled images instead of high quality. This is a requested app, which I have pushed very far. I think it's been 6 months, maybe more, which I kind of like really feel bothered that I haven't done. There is actually a gadget on Amazon, I'm not sure what it's called, which basically the couples would wear it and they can just tap and feel each other, maybe the hearts and whatever. So this user on Telegram, maybe, I think, reached me and said, hey, can you make something like that, a love application or for couples or anything, where you tap on it and you feel vibrations, so basically you're communicating with your loved ones and all. So I said, yeah, I'll just put it as a project. And there's a party light, I guess. It's just, I thought about it, and when you go to those concerts and everything and you wave those lights, maybe turn on your phone and your watch and you just turn the application and put a random lights and everything. I'm thinking about making even those lights react to the music. It would be really epic, like on the beat and the lights are beating accordingly. It would be amazing, but I mean, everything on its own. And then I wanted to create a game, and I literally have resources and everything. I have something like a prototype, and I'm excited to release, although it's just an indie game. It's not much, but it's really something I would like to try. So these are the projects. Of course, I'm not going to be able to finish all of them in the coming weeks. My objective for the coming weeks is at least finish up to these points and start working on these 3 projects alongside the skin temperature. I mean, if I could literally just finish half of my list, that would be superb. That would be really great. And yeah, so this is pretty much the update, and I'm very sorry that the video is very long. I'm gonna make sure that this video have sections. You probably have seen it by now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And stay tuned for all of these changes and updates. And one more thing, I have made and I have released last month, March. I've released 6 watch faces. It's nice collection that I made. And the thing is, I'm not great at sharing about them on, for example, on Reddit or anything. So if you are a type who would share about watch faces or applications, it really would be nice if you can share and talk about it, just to make my watch faces more reachable to the audience. So basically those who are installing my application, Gemini Man OS Manager, they do see what I make as a watch face, but otherwise I'm still in the dark or in the shadow. No one really knows Gemini Man watch faces. Yeah, it would be really nice if you guys can, like share about it. And so these are 6 that I have released. They're really nice. This is animated. I'm planning to make for every Chinese zodiac a watch face that actually moves and all. And I might also make it the normal zodiac. I'm thinking of what to do actually. So that's another thing in the future. That's it. And right over here, you can see that I actually working on using the zip utility to create or read read the split APKs. And yeah, I'm trying to migrate some code. This project is one of the biggest projects. Like this is like it's not much, but if you look at the Whereas activity, that's 5,200 lines alone, which is a lot. And about the settings is fine. It's not much because I'm already moving some codes into classes, so it'll be easier for me to handle and maintain on my own. But yeah, that's the code. I'm already working on it. And then on this side, you'll find me that I'm actually working on patching the phone SHM mod. You'll find me right over here working on patching the watch SHM mod 16002. It's just in here. I'm trying comparing the stock SHM with the mod. I need to remind myself what I have done from patches and where, so I can migrate them in the new version because it's kind of hectic. For example, if I'm looking right over here, I have to look at the controller BP service module so I can see that, okay, these are the lines that I have added. Because if you look right over here, and I look right over here, Samsung, Android, Health Monitor, BP, Control, and you go to the service module, it's kind of like a bit of a nightmare for me to know what is my code and where is, like, which is which. This is my code, no. Is that my code? No, that's Samsung's and that's mine. I need to figure out which code is mine. So this is mine, so I just go ahead and I just migrate or define a variable right over here. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you for watching. And guys, I will keep you updated always. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. Feel free to support me however you like. Leave a comment if you have anything to ask. And cheers.